The soundtrack of your day.
I could be a fantasy. I could tell you got beat energy.
This is Power 95, where music lives. Ladies' Room comes to you compliments of Renwick and Thompson Limited, agents for Western Union, and Beacon Insurance.
Always be sure you're settled for more. Get up to 35% off Beacon's fully comprehensive vehicle insurance and still cover a whole lot more. Enjoy higher discounts and better coverage for any kind of vehicle, car, SUV, or pickup with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. To sign up, call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and settle for more today.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they are prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
Checking into the room again on this Tuesday, April 5th. Good morning, Marion. Good morning, Lena. Good morning, Tamasha. So nice of you guys to join me for another ladies' room. Just waiting for a couple more of you to come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning, Christelle. So we can get the show underway. Got some crazy stuff to deal with again. Good morning, Karen Bailey. Got another crazy situation. And don't forget to share, guys. Don't forget to hit the share button. Good morning, Roseanne. Simon. Good morning. Morning, Kizzy Thomas. How are you? Listen, yesterday was just a ball of fun. I swear, I really enjoyed the guys yesterday. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Shamia. Shamia, which one is it? Good morning, Mary. Yesterday was, I swear, I laughed so hard. It's like I laughed for yesterday and today. So today I ain't even have no laughter in me because I laughed so hard yesterday. Thanks again to, yesterday was a lot of fun. Thanks so much, Problem Child, Jaiga, Talpri, for being a good sport and coming in the room and putting them on the spot. Good morning, Karine, Charles. Good morning, Shelly, Varon. Good morning. Did I say good morning to you as yet, Mary Richardson? I don't think I did, but hey, good morning and come on into the room, guys. You're almost there, almost half the mark. So when we get to the mark, we're gonna start. Good morning, Jenna Lynn. Shelly Fleming, good morning. As I was saying, if you guys missed the room yesterday, trust me, you missed a really good time. Those guys were hilarious. Good morning, Nairobi. Good morning to our listeners online. Those of you listening on the app, good morning, Nichelle. Good morning, Rondell. Rondell, you were very, very absent yesterday. Usually you are up front in the class, but I realized you were not in the classroom yesterday. I didn't see any comments from you at all. You were not answering the question. I did not even see any WhatsApp message from you. Things that make you go, Good morning, Frances. Good morning, Della. Didn't see you at all, Rondell. You were very, very absent. You and a certain individual. Men that are usually here, Yes, Jill, yesterday was a lot of fun. The artists weren't here. Someone missed a lot. I was on my excuse note shortly. You were absent from class yesterday. Yesterday was a ball of fun. So you can always go back and view it again. All right. Nevertheless, we have a situation to deal with again. And I didn't ask her age, but based on her profile pic when she sent the message, I can see that she's fairly young. So looks very inexperienced in matters of relationship and what have you. So I'm gonna give her a little pass on that because you're young and in love, you think that's what it's all about, doing all you can for your partner and going above and beyond and going the extra mile and all of that. But we need a lot of more big sisters and big brothers to guide. And I'm happy that we have this room where folks can, send in their situations. And yes, sometimes it might we might laugh and make fun and what have you, but we do get some serious ones and some serious advice in between. So I am deeply appreciative of that. As with everything else, once it's on social media, you can't say what the response will be, or how folks should respond. You would love for them to be more sensitive and more compassionate and all of that. But in the social media sphere, oh, I'm telling you, don't expect that all the time, because it's not going to happen, right? That being stated, again, I just want to reiterate that these scenarios, they are real life situations that people are sending. That is why I'm posting it, a lot of the time, blocking out the names and the faces so that you can see it's directly inbox to me and it's not no made up situation. So this young lady says, I've been with this guy going on 2 years now. He hasn't been the most faithful, but of recent things have changed and now he wants me to lend him a few $1,000s. I want to help him, but it's just too much money. Can you please ask the ladies' room for help? I'll be in the comments. So she's in the comments. But so before we got to this point, I did send her, I did respond to her. And I basically said to her, let me give you a bit of the conversation. So I said to her, my advice to you is don't. You don't have to be a detective. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be, to understand what is happening here. Because listen to this. She says she's been with him going on 2 years now. He hasn't been the most faithful, but of recent things have changed. And now he wants me to lend him a few $1,000s. So I said to her, don't you think there is a correlation between the time frame he changed and the time frame he wanted the money loaned to him? And I'm sure, listen, I could bet my next paycheck, as soon as he gets that money, he's going back, he's reverting to his old ways. People are always very nice when they want some. And I can bet my bottom dollar that change isn't sincere. It is not gonna last. It is just the timing is just too convenient. It's like soon as he wanted the money, he started acting nice. Now, like I said to her, if you're prepared to lose a few $1,000s, then by all means go right ahead. But if you're not in a position to, then don't, because you're going to be after him for a very long time for that money and he probably would not get 1 red cent. So if you have money like that to give to somebody, then by all means. But if you know you can't afford to lose that money, don't, because it's going to end up in problems. And it's still going to turn around and probably leave just to avoid paying you. So if you want to go down that road and you can really afford it, like I said to her, then probably you need some little black and white promissory note, something to say that you will pay me back by such and such time. So you have something, because you wouldn't be he say, she say, my word against yours. You didn't give me no money. She lied. She did. If you're going to do it, because you know how matters of the heart go, love is concerned. If you want to play love the most and give it to him, thinking that change will continue, make sure you have that written in black and white to be paid by so and so time. But the thing about it is, if you realize, a lot of the times women get a bad rap that we're this, we're that, we're like man for money, and but is it just me, or have you noticed that men are kind of doing the same thing lately? Because this isn't the first conversation. As a matter of fact, I was talking to someone not so long ago, and the person asked me to buy them. Anyways, never mind. Let's just say that was a block. That was like the biggest turn off. It wasn't even in a relationship situation, talking to and can you give me some money to buy what? talk about being all into a person and suddenly it's like I don't even like you right now. Like we didn't even like do nothing. We not like I'm not gonna tell you what. That's good. I was gonna buy. I'm like, what? I'm all for you in a relationship. We both do for each other. But if I have somebody that's been cheating 2+ years and all of a sudden you change and you want a loan of 2,000, not even two, she didn't say how much. She says thousands of dollars. So I guess he's aware of your money, your standing, your financial standing. So you probably told him or whatever. And now he wants I'm all for helping each other out because I believe that's what you do as partners in a relationship. You're in a position, your significant other is in a jam, and you're in a position to help. It's fine, But that relationship has to be in a really, really good place, and not just wishy-washy kind of by the wayside of things. Because you can't just expect homeboy to do all the spending or this, that, or the other. So if you're gonna make a contribution, that is okay and fine, but they be doing the most these days. They even asking you for credits. Put credits on my phone. Good morning, Dangles. I've not seen you in a while. But she probably told the man how much money she has in her account. She's probably privy to that information. That's why he's asking. Someone says, tell him Ariza giving loans. You'll write a reference letter for him. Now, that's a good way. You can stand security. But then again, next thing is next thing somebody says, don't do it. Next thing you hear the man reach in America, take money and buy plane ticket. No. They're really listen. I've had a lot of complaints from women saying the same thing, that there are some men who are stretching their hands out really quickly and a lot and frequently these days. So it's like the roles are reversed. It's like the roles have reversed, and instead of women, stretching their hands, men are now saying, you know what? Okay, what good for the goose, good for the gander. Y'all like to beg? Yo, let me beg too. Take in front. Cry brooks from early. But my point remains. So Jackie said, I never see men beg more than women. So Jackie, you want to share your experience? You have something to add? Is there a personal experience in there, Jacqueline, that you want to share with us? No, but jokes aside, you asked for advice, and that's my advice. I really don't think you should, but if you're going to, and like I said to her, she even said, let me go back. She says, thank you for the advice. I've been going back and forth in my head, wondering if I should. And I said to her, the mere fact that you're going back and forth is because you know you shouldn't do this. And you're going to be used. Don't let nobody use you. We're in 2022. The mere fact that she says, I've been going back and forth in my head, wondering if I should do it, that is all the confirmation you need. Otherwise, if you were comfortable with the idea, you were okay with the idea, you wouldn't even send a message to me to post or to be in the ladies' room. You would just give it to him. But deep down, not even deep, you don't even have to go far, like right there. If you give him that money, you're not seeing one red cent back. And all the nice ways that you're seeing, listen, like I said, a lot of the times women get a bad rap. But at the end of the day, men are also human. And tricks are there for everybody. Some play, some don't. So if you think a woman plays tricks, who says a man can't as well? So he clean up the act because he know if he come with his thing dirty ways that he's been showing for the last 2 years and continuing to be like that and stepped in front of homegirl and say, give me a loan, lend me some money, some thousands of dollars. She wouldn't even think twice to tell him who weigh me, my money to my little woman and them. She wouldn't think twice. So you had to clean up the act, clean up the image a bit to make it seem like, I'm all in now and you can count on me. We got some folks, we got people that have a lot of narcissistic tendencies out there. I know it's a word that is overused and you hear it a lot of times, but you can't help but use it because People be out here doing the most for no reason. Hold on, let me hear what this person's. Yeah, the man and inquired this morning again. They just pick and choose when they want to make noise. Hold on, let me read a couple of some WhatsApp messages. Imagine that they're not even living together, but you hear demanding thousands of dollars loan. You must be out of your mind that God gave you. Someone says you never give the full amount. Give him a 500 and tell him that is all you have. Let you find the rest elsewhere. So once you go and see, maybe you want to give some other woman. She might see him walking down the aisle, like the friend that I told you all about, who knew her man was having child with the next woman because they did maternity shoot. She might see pictures on DCJ and what is his name? Samuel and Sonics. You might see those pictures on their pages. Maybe some next minute you say engagement shoot, money taken by because that $1,000 engagement ring and cheap. You might see photos, engagement shoot with the man with the money that you gave him to engage the woman. Or you might see a whole wedding taking place and you see pictures with your money. But they're stupid. I'll do all right until the doctor see all you. You see something in front of you, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it is a duck. It can be nothing else but a duck. Brian says, women beg all the time. Well, they beg all the time, but you don't get all the time, do you? So nobody says you can't beg. You're just saying, don't give. Never said don't beg. She could beg, but that does not mean she's gonna get it. You could ask anybody for anything, they didn't have to give you. A man could say the same thing. I'm not giving you. You could say no. There's no law that says I have to give you. There are men who tell women no all the time. I can't help you. So it's okay to ask. Doesn't mean you're gonna get. But you can't be doing the most out there making the woman look like a whole fool and want $1,000. Good morning.
Good morning. Tell that young lady, well, I don't know her age, Fred, fully. You do not. Money have brought the worst enmity between people. The best of friends, you lend them money and you have become bitter enemies. My example of that on numerous occasions. In this case, it's a relationship of 2 years with a man who cheats or whatever. All of a sudden, he becomes Mr. Nice and he wants a few thousand. Never lend anyone any money more than, that you cannot afford to lose. So if you could afford to lose 500 and you wouldn't make a dent on your income,
lend the 500.
Lend him the 500. If 1,000 would make it, on top of all of that, sign something. I am giving you Ralph Textile $2,000 to be paid back by date X. Or whatever, and you have something to bring to the police, okay, he signed it. You have nothing to do if he does not sign, then give it a year word against him. But my advice is, tell him no. You haven't given any reason why I should think to send you unless you are loaded and you could afford to lose $3,000 when you get back, because the very likely thing is you would lose it. So
if you could afford to lose, then hey,
go ahead. And still sign the promissory note, even though you could afford to lose it. So, in case you want to take him, so many people take your money and buy things that you are not buying because you think it's too expensive. You know,
you're watching your pockets and they're watching theirs.
They're watching it. You giving theirs. When I was fairly naive to think that people they keep their word and that sort of thing. That is a lot of years ago, of course. But I've learned the hard way. You don't do that. So don't do it, young lady.
Got good advice. Thanks much. Somebody say, friend, give him the money. No, friend, that remind me of the man I was with in Lamode. Which Lamode? There's two Lamode. Lamode St. Patrick or Lamode St. George's. Which one? Anyway, she says, that remind me of the man I was with in Lamode. And he hunt me until I get dotish. And he using sea salt for sugar and juice. He say, change. I take all my little money and give him to my car engine. I'm not in the mood to laugh today, man. I'll stop. I'm not in the mood. He say he changed. I take all my little money and give him to my car engine. Up to now, I ain't get a ride in the car. I hear lie. I hear lie. You really yes, you buy a whole car engine, but you buy a car for yourself. Good morning.
I wanted to hang up the phone when I hear that, but the call doesn't start to go through already.
Why?
It make my defense a little bit harder because I may be familiar with said individual in the mode.
Man,
And I said
man
maybe.
in La Mode. And Yana, did she get noticed? She started using sea salt for sugar and juice. He tell her he changed.
I may be.
And she takes you to come on and give it to my car engine. Up to now, she ain't get a ride in the car. See how you're wicked?
Yeah, but I tell you something, Aruna. I tell you something. You have become an expert. You have become an expert
I thought you told me
in
you're coming by this week.
highlighting.
I thought you said you're coming by this week.
Oh gosh, I reached it. It's taking a while. I work it on it. Let me tell you something. I'm doing 2-3 different things. Right now on the job and I'm calling you. Yeah, on the job and I'm calling you right now. Yeah.
So what's your advice?
So, no, here what I say. What I think, right, is that you have become an expert in highlighting one possibility of a story and concocting as you move forward. You've become an expert in doing that, and I want to give you credit for doing that. Right?
I'm telling what people tell me. What you want me to concoct the story? Like if I make up the thing, it's right in front of me.
There must be some sort of continuation or some sort of prelude to the text that you would have been given. Because let me tell you something, even though she ain't write it, even though it wasn't written, it didn't just come out of the blue like that. Let me explain something to you. And you know this only too well. Being a member of the opposite sex, you know this only too well. Whatever the situation is that would have led to the man being unfaithful, as she says, not that he was caught, because she never said she caught him cheating. She said he was cheat. He could pull a Shaggy and Rick and say it wasn't me. Right? What's the guy's name?
Shaggy and Rayvan or whoever me know.
Whoever. Shaggy and them. Let me just give that Shaggy and them and say it wasn't me. So sometimes people feel that their spouse is cheating when it is not happening. And the mere fact that she would have remained with him for so long means that she didn't have the evidence to substantiate.
A lot of women stay with man, they know cheating and see the cheating and hear the cheating and feel the cheating and they ain't go nowhere.
I come into that. Because if you find out that he was cheating and you stayed, then what would have made...
So you had to pay for your fastness. So you had to pay for your fastness.
It's not love. Because you see, love alone wouldn't make you stay in a cheating and abusive relationship. There must be something else. So I firmly believe.
They probably have she probably have happiness in other areas.
Precisely. And what you just used there?
Happiness.
Say it slow.
Happiness.
Right. No, that.
Watch, goodbye. I'm fed up with you already.
Now that we have come to this position, I also want to see that you needed to understand, Aruna, that while I don't believe in this lending money back and all thing. Let me tell you something. I have a problem with that lending money thing. I lend money that me get back.
She get back that money. She give you that money. There's no way she getting it back.
Me and they not lending money thing. If you're in a relationship and your spouse looking for 500, you give her 500. Your spouse looking for 2,000, you give her 2,000. Because I know I am quite sure that if we go back in the annals of history, she would have gotten money that is not loan, that is a gift. So in a relationship, there's give and take, right? So me and they in this, you lend money, I lend money. Me and they in that.
Give.
Me and lending nobody no money in a relationship.
Exactly.
You understand? We blessing each other, right? The blessings coming in different form. The blessing coming financially. The blessing coming otherly.
I agree.
Right.
I'll give you that.
So the point I'm making here is this. there must be something else. And stop pushing the thing and saying, oh, well, maybe this was happening and maybe that. And you have to stop that. Or you have to stop that. Oh, well, maybe this was happening. Stop the maybe thing, girl. You're leading people down the wrong way.
Why leading people down the wrong way? I tell you what the lady say.
Yeah, you're inciting the thing. You understand?
You're inciting the
thing. You're inciting things. Stop leading people down the wrong road.
I don't leave nobody nowhere. I brought you right where you're supposed to be, and I told you the story how I buy, so I sell. I ain't take input on nothing. Just so I get the story I give you.
You're putting, I listen to you, I mean, just call him, I listen to you, and let me tell you, I was on my way to you, and I get calling to work,
Goodbye.
Let me know what is the discussion for tomorrow, please, so I can prepare.
All right.
Because I want to let the people know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is Wednesday.
Yes.
I'll be making an appearance tomorrow, please, the Lord, and Wednesday, and Thursday.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I want to prepare my defense, because I know I'm coming to defend my people. You understand?
Goodbye.
All right. I want to prepare my submission.
I doesn't even prepare for myself, and you want to prepare. Like you're afraid we are. Just fall in the room. What are you talking about? Prepare.
Money just mash up friendship. So let me keep the friendship, and I'll keep my money. And if you give him that money, you won't get back a cent.
All right. And that is man talking, eh? So if a man saying, if you give him money, you ain't getting it back. And Jason have the nerve to say I exciting and I inciting. Imagine that. There are men saying don't because you're not gonna get it back. Because they know. Because you're gonna start getting all kind of excuses. Remember when? Remember the time? You remember when I do that for you? All sort of reproach to get back your own money. Remember when I bring you a day? Remember when we went and eat day? Remember when we went in this show and I pay for this and I pay for that? All you're starting to get is a set of run around and a set of reproach for your own money. So if you want that headache, then who am I to tell you to give? If you could afford to lose, go right ahead. But I know, and you know, that's why you're asking us, that there's no way you're getting back that money. There's no way. Someone says he didn't change. He just took a break from the children mother and them other women he was cheating with because you just inherited a few $1,000s. So you want to borrow from you. But let me tell you, he doesn't like to pay back. And two, he didn't change. He just took a break. Someone says, have you seen Tinder Swindler or Bad Vegan on Netflix? Give them a watch. Trust me, if you do, you would not even entertain this question. He hasn't been the most faithful. This person says, why do women put up with that ish? And you're seriously asking if you should lend him money after he's already shown that he's untrustworthy. Don't you think that there is a connection between things have changed and he wants me to lend him a few $1,000s? See, listen, the moment I read that message, that was the same thought that came to mind. He changed because he knew he could not come to you and ask for any, not even $500 loan with the behavior, with the present behavior. You would have probably laughed in his face. So he had to clean up the act. He had to change up he had to change the script, flip the script. Let me be nice until I get it. As soon as I get it, you might hear he and the woman in a restaurant sit, according to old people restaurants, sit down eating 3-course meal with your money. So you decide. You want to be smart or if you want to cry. Someone says, what is she really asking? You're going to lend him the money. She just wants us to justify her actions. Sis, you know you love that man. And even though he's been unfaithful, you rather stay than be single. You know your relationship. We are outsiders looking in. Someone says, the man play he changed because he has an agenda. He would never pay you back. Let them on a woman and them help them out and eat you out. None says, girl, please don't loan. Give that man your money. Someone says, let me share a screenshot on how they did us come. Nice. Give me 2 minutes. We waiting. Come back with the screenshot. All 100 and something comments under this, I've seen the responses advising you not to. The few in between that saying go ahead is just for laugh and kicks. But everybody seems to be on the same page on this right here, that you ought not to loan the gentleman any money whatsoever. And that is all a facade. There's no change. There's no nothing. You're not going to get that money back. Someone says, lend equals give. You know you're not getting it back. Proceed with that knowledge. This person here says, he changed. No, I can't take her. Watch. Don't bring politics in my ladies' room, please, and thank you. No, I can't take her. I say, like, miss, you want to see the prices for the upcoming events we have? Flour gone up, you know. Flour gone up. And you out here trying to loan money without any interest. We outside. Every weekend there's something happening. And you might be home, and homeboy might be in all those events enjoying VIP with homegirl outside. You will be home, and homeboy will be in VIP with your money, and he would not be alone. Plus, you had to buy an outfit probably for the person. You had to buy hair. You had to go buy Shelly. You had to go buy Tani for makeup. Send you for the other one for makeup. Everything have to be on point for us frontline costume. Look at the timing. April 5th. Costumes ain't cheap. You could be paying for a whole costume and you doesn't play mass. So you decide where you want to be. You're young and you have sense. But you're supposed to. You must be crazy. 2022, 11:32 in the morning, talking about lend thousands of dollars in these hard times. In these coconias times. This one's about step out on Saturday. I'm forever 21. They tell her go ahead and pay an NDC, they're giving money, then get takers giving money. Flour by 16%. 16% flour price gone up to you. But I mean, I understand. You're young, you're in love, and you're jamming still. You're afraid of changes, you're afraid of, letting go because you know what out there, and if you get somebody else and you're holding on, and you're probably thinking, maybe if I give him this money, I'll get more out of him, more, love. He'll keep up the pretense of change. So if I give it to him, I'll endear him closer. That's like saying, let me get pregnant for a man to hold him. I ain't holding nobody again. If you want to see a man run these days, tell them you're pregnant in these hard times. Flour gone up, middle gone up. She just says, you're young and in love, but please don't fall for this trap. Please do not lend a man thousands of dollars. Tell him and see how things go. Don't be afraid to let him go. Plenty fishes in the sea. Nice ones too, that you don't request. That is not requesting thousands of dollars either. Someone says if she falls, if she got with a real man, that was not going to happen. So you need to look beyond what you think is her issue. But sometimes you think it's a real man, Sometimes you think it's only after the fact you realize why King, yeah, forever 21 and step up. You're on there. It's only after the fact when you think you had a prince, a whole frog you tie up with, Not even frog, a whole crap hole. You think is a whole crap hole you pick up. You think you have a prince.
Yeah, good morning to the room. Sometimes now, the man maybe genuinely want the money to do something positive, which we might know, which she might know. You understand? But thing about money don't have no friend. People come to you, good, give you the best face, cry for you, tell you all kind of nice thing to borrow money. And as they get it, they see you and they doing like nothing. Even though you don't ask them for the money back, they just do like they never borrowed from you and they just gone about their daily life. So my girl, between me and you, I can't tell you don't lend the man the money. It's up to you if you want to lend the man the money. You understand? Everybody might say something different, but you know the situation you in. If you feel well you're willing to lend that man that money and make up your mind that you mightn't get it back. If you get it back, you get it back. But make up your mind that you mightn't get it back. If you decide to lend him and to lose that money, because you might lose it.
And they mightn't get it back. Like it's way ahead of I will get it back. Yeah, because she's not convinced. That's why she asked. I mean, did it? I forgot to ask if he said what he wanted it for. What? Because some boy just said maybe some investment. I wonder what he wanted it for. A couple thousands of dollars, not a 500 or a 200,000. So you know better than us. We can tell you what we would do or wouldn't do, but at the end of the day, the choice is yours. So do what you gotta do. There are very, very few people this person says I can lend this kind of money. Mom and wife. That's it. And my friend, that could be my sister. Someone say you're driving man want a couple thousand to go get his visa to fly out. Woman waiting. Summertime. I got into short pre. Anyways, that's about all the time we've got. Thank you so much, everyone, for checking in the room today. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for another show. Thank you so much to our friends at Beacon Insurance and Western Union for making our program possible. And thanks as always for keeping us entertained with your answers, and those of you who responded under the post. Thank you. Hold on to your pen here if you can see all these comments are hilarious. Anyways, I'll see y'all back here tomorrow, same time, same place. So checking into the room on this beautiful Tuesday.